all you action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here, along with Salome, and we are bringing you probably what is going to be the last final regular news video for 2020. It's possible maybe I'll do one more, but I suspect that there's not going to be a lot of news coming out between now and New Year's. So we're heading into Christmas, just a few days away from Christmas. So I do have other videos planned. I'm going to be doing some live streams, counting down my favorite action figure lines for this year. And again, I'm probably going to do those as some live streams. I've got a couple of reviews that I'm maybe going to try and get out over the course of the next week or so as well. But I do have some stuff that I wanted to talk about with you guys today. However, real quick before we get into the news, I just want to ask you guys a favor. I did a review last week of the Black Series Hasbro Pulse Armor figure. Now, I understand that I was probably one of the last people to review that figure, and it's been out for a little while. But right now, that video is sitting under 1,000 views, and it's just like one of my pet peeves to have a video that doesn't get at least 1,000 views. So even if you're not really super into it, or you've seen other video reviews of it and you don't feel like you need to see another one, I completely get that. But if you could just do me a favor, if you haven't already watched that video, and I'll put a link to it in the video description below, just give it a quick check out. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, I don't really care. It's just, I hate, like I said, it's just kind of a pet peeve. It's not about, revenue or anything like that. It's just sitting under 1,000, it annoys me. So, like I said, if you could just check it out real quick, if you haven't already, I would appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into the news that I do have for you guys today. And of course, it is another Mando Monday, the final Mando Monday of the year. And in fact, probably for a while, since the Mandalorian series Season 2 has come to an end. And Season 3 won't be picking back up until next December. So we've got years to go probably before we get actually any more Mando Mondays. But there was a couple reveals today, which I'm going to go over. But before we get into the Star Wars, let's talk about a few other things, starting with Tomasi Nations and SH Figuarts. So last week we got new official images for their upcoming Dragon Ball Z Birder. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Guldo. I always butcher these Dragon Ball names. But it's a set. It's a set of figures. It's two figures. One is a miniature type figure with very minimal articulation, but you get both of them, and the figure set is going to be slated for a May 2021 release date. Also announced last week, or this weekend more specifically, they showed off just one image for the Dragon Ball Z, the Legendary Assassin from Universe 6. No real specific details on that one as far as release dates or anything, but that information probably will be coming pretty soon. Tomasi Nations also revealed their upcoming Wonder Woman 84 Golden Armor Wonder Woman figure. So they had done a previous SH Figuarts Wonder Woman figure for this movie, essentially her basic outfit, but they're also doing the gold armor. So with this, you get multiple hands, you get alternate hair, you get removable wings, you get the extended lasso of truth, and then you get one that's rolled up to put on her belt. She's got two different head sculpts, one with the helmet and one without. So, I don't know, it looks pretty good. I like the gold. I like the shiny gold on the figure, but the head sculpt with the eyes, I don't know, it just looks a little bit off, at least based on these images. She's looking a little cross-eyed or something, or has like a lazy eye. So, I don't know. I think maybe they need to touch that up. Again, I do like, the gold, looks like gold armor. I think they've done a good job with that. McFarlane Toys has done a figure of this armor as well, so, that one's probably a cheaper route to go. This figure is going to be released. It's not going to be released until May. The movie comes out on both HBO Max and in theaters this week. So finally, they are releasing the movie. The figure is going to cost about 5.9, or not cost, but this is going to stand about 5.9 inches tall. And like I said, the release date on it is going to be May of next year. NECA, for you Back to the Future fans, has finally fully revealed their Ultimate Audition Marty figure. They had been teasing this one by showing some images of the figure from behind, but we've got in their visual guide that they released for Back to the Future, where they show off all the figures. It's a wallpaper that you can go to their website and download. And again, it has all the Back to the Future figures. But this figure is featured on that. So again, that gives us our first official look at it. And he's got the jean jacket. It's got a different guitar. It's got a black guitar. Seems like people really like the guitar, but more than anything, he's got his jeans. He's got a looks like a different head sculpt than the previous Marty that they did. So no specific release date information, though I suspect it'll probably be out fairly early next year. And again, it's our first look at this figure that they had teased a few times before. And they've been doing a couple of different visual guides, one for Predator. They've done Gremlins. I think they just released today. Their 8-inch retro cloth figures, they've done one. Their Toonie Terra figures. And they're supposed to be doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think, which they're probably going to save for last, which I think will actually have some new reveals on it, which is why I think they're going to be saving it for last. But if you want to check those visual guides out, you can go to the NECA online website. And again, they have high-res versions that you can actually download. Now, while we're on the subject of Predator, I just wanted to share with you from the company McFarlane Toys, which here in the U.S., their stuff is primarily released at Walmart stores. You may recall last year they started doing these kind of kid-friendly alien figures based on the Aliens movies. But now they're expanding that to do Predator, and so they're going to be doing figures, a couple figures that are close to 7 inches tall, and then one figure that is 12 inches tall. So the basic Predator that's 12 inches tall has a removable bio helmet, and he's got lights and sounds for his shoulder cannon. And then the 7-inch figures have about 25 points of articulation, and they're going to be doing 3 different figures: the Berserker Predator, the Jungle Hunter Predator, and the City Hunter. And these figures are fairly cheap. I believe definitely under 20 on the 7-inch, and I think actually closer to around $10. And the 12-inch figure is fairly cheap as well. So, I got to be honest, those alien figures at my local Walmart at least don't seem to move very well. The same ones have been sitting on the shelves for months. And, it's not really a line that I think of when I think for young kids. But, I think maybe the Predator figures will be a little more appealing to younger kids than maybe Aliens were. And these don't really have, the Aliens had more funky colors to them, like purple and stuff. Whereas these, the colors on these, again, very kid-oriented, but are more true to how the actual Predators look and everything. So, again, I have a feeling that the Predator figures might be a little more popular than the Aliens ones. Hot Toys last week fully revealed their upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 Johnny Silverhand based on the Keanu Reeves character figure, 12-inch figure. They had previously teased it. Now, of course, if you're into this game, you probably know things have not been going very smoothly with the rollout. In fact, things have been going so badly that some people are talking about the company that made the game might not even survive this. May actually cause them to go out of business. Now, as I understand it, I'm not big into the game. I've not played the game. But as I understand it, the game is a complete mess, especially with the older consoles, PlayStation 4 and such. I think it works better on the newer ones, which of course many people don't even have because those have been so limited in their release, like the PlayStation 5 and such. But I think even with the newer, consoles, the game has still had some glitches. So again, the rollout on the game itself has been a total mess. But nevertheless, Hot Toys is going forward with the figure based on Johnny Silverhand. The figure is going to have multiple pairs of hands. He's going to have a duffel bag, a pistol, sunglasses, a bottle, of course, his guitar. And this figure is available now for pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. Diamond Select Toys is going to be doing some 7-inch scale figures based on the upcoming Invincibles animated series that'll be airing on Amazon Prime. So the 2 figures that they are doing is, of course, Invincible himself, and then Omni-Man is the second figure that they're doing. I don't have a lot of specific details. These figures should be going up for pre-order probably within the next week, but I don't have any release date information yet, but will be out probably, I'm going to say around May or June of next year. But again, those specific details will probably be coming towards the end of this week. But if you're into Invincibles, especially if you've been waiting for the new animated series coming to Amazon, then these may be figures that you want to check out. And they're going to have about 16 points of articulation. So they're not, I wouldn't call them necessarily super articulated, but they should have a fairly decent movement overall. And then I got a few things for you guys on the McFarlane Toys front. So first of all, just a quick update on that DC Multiverse Hellbat Lunar New Year Edition figure that I've previously talked about. So still no images for this figure have surfaced, and McFarlane has not yet officially announced it. This figure had previously started showing up for pre-order. Listings for it were showing up at overseas e-tailers. But now Diamond Distributors, who does the primary distributor for comic and specialty shops, has it listed on their website. Again, still no image, but they are listing the figure with a May 26, 2021 release date. So, I don't know if this will only be released at comic and specialty shops here in the U.S. or if this will be released everywhere. Again, we don't really have a lot of details on it. And this image I continue to see being used as reference for it, which has the character essentially in black and gold. So I don't know if this is how the figure will actually look or not. I don't know why they're calling it the Lunar New Year edition, but I guess eventually we will see, because Diamond, again, does have it up for pre-order. We've also got new official images for the upcoming Injustice 2 Flash and Gorilla Grodd figures. So I talked about these. We had seen some initial images for these figures, and now we've got the full-on images, and they have started to go up for pre-order. I believe Target now has them up for pre-order. Eventually these will be available everywhere. They're not exclusive, but like with many of these figures, Target seems to be getting first crack at them, and then again with those pre-orders we're getting the official images. So we've got Flash here, which to me is not a great looking figure. He seems like he's been putting on some pounds or something, so I'm not really digging this Flash figure. It seems like it's actually kind of in keeping with the video game, but I don't know. This will be an easy pass for me. He does have lightning effect pieces. He's got the card and the figure stand, but definitely not one I'm terribly interested in. However, the Gorilla Grodd figure is a different story. That one I think is definitely cool looking. He's a big bulky figure, so he really doesn't have any accessories other than the stand and the card, but he does have the gold armor, which looks really nicely detailed. And even though, this is based on the video game, I think this will fit in pretty good with comic book figures as well. Now, it does not appear the helmet is removable, and you only get the one head sculpt. However, I do want to let you guys know that it does look like there's going to be some variants of both of these figures. McFarlane this past weekend put out a video where he was talking about his favorite Multiverse figures for 2020. And in the background, he's in his office talking, and in the background you can make out what looks like white versions. There are different skins in the game featuring the characters with white-like outfits, and there's actually a couple different white outfits, so I don't know exactly which one they will be based on, but definitely looks like some variants are coming with a white or silver type outfit for each character, both Flash and Gorilla Grodd. I don't know if they'll have any kind of different head sculpt or anything. Probably just based on previous figures, probably it's just going to be the repaints with a different color outfit. But we'll wait and see. And then also in that video, further confirmation of that reverse gold Red Death figure. The Red Death figure painted gold, so you can see that one in the background, even though that figure has not yet been officially revealed. Images had leaked out for it previously, so we pretty much knew it was coming, so this is just kind of further confirmation of it. It's likely here in the US going to be part of the Gold Label series, which means it's going to be a Walmart exclusive. But again, McFarlane has not technically officially announced it, so we'll wait and see when they get around to actually doing that. For you Marvel fans, I don't have much for you today. However, I did want to share these images that were released by 3-0, the overseas company. So previously, back in October, they had announced that they were going to be doing Infinity Saga MCU figures. And I speculated the first figure was probably going to be Iron Man, and in fact it is. No brainer there. It's specifically based on the Iron Man Mark 43 armor. Now, it is these figures are actually being listed as 112. I was expecting them to be taller in the neighborhood of 10 inches or so, but these actually look like they're going to be, you know, closer to 6-inch figures. So these may end up fitting in with your Marvel Legend figures. You know, not a lot of details have been announced other than just showing these figures on a virtual thing that they had going on overseas. So further details on this should be coming soon, as well as pre-order information. But, you know, overall looks pretty nice. Articulation looks pretty good. And if you're a fan of the MCU Iron Mans, this might be one that you want to check out. And when we get more details, I'll be sure to pass them on to you guys. Okay, and then on to Star Wars. So today is Mando Monday, and with Mando Monday, not only did we get some toy reveals, they also officially announced that there is going to, in fact, be a new Boba Fett series coming to Disney Plus next year, next December. So pretty much it's going to be airing about the same time as the season 3 of Mandalorian. It is going to be picking up where we last saw Boba Fett in the Mandalorian series, and it's going to be taking place in the same time period as the Mandalorian. And, you know, definitely excited about that. We've got the new official logo for the series and everything. But for actual Mando Monday reveals, we got a couple of roleplay items coming from Hasbro. So they are going to essentially be repainting their Boba Fett helmet that they recently released that was based on, you know, the original trilogy. But this one, you know, it's been repainted so it's more clean and everything, like it's been appearing in the Mandalorian TV series. So all these are going to be going up for pre-order today at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toys Store. They are actually already listed on Big Bad Toys Store. If you want to check it out, bookmark the link. But 4 p.m. Eastern Time is when they'll be officially available for pre-order. And then the second item that they showed off today was Force FX Elite lightsaber based on the Black Saber, which is an item that's going to continue to play a major role, I think, in the Star Wars universe. Originally appearing in the Clone Wars animated series, and then the Rebels TV series, and then most recently here in the Mandalorian TV series. So, and I think we'll definitely be seeing it in season 3. So that's an item, and it's got the hilt, the blade, removable hilt and blade, and the blade lights up and crackles with the white around the black, which should be pretty cool. And again, that's going to be available for pre-order at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And then they're redoing the Vintage Collection Boba Fett Slave 1 based on Empire Strikes Back. So previously this was being released as a Best Buy exclusive and still available at Best Buy, but now you'll be able to get it at your favorite online e-tailer like Big Bad Toys Store. It's going to cost the same amount, $150. Now this one differs a little bit from the one they had done before, which was an Amazon exclusive. It's got a little better paint applications and everything. Now my thing is, I was actually, you know, this past weekend I was debating on whether I wanted to get this. I was thinking about getting it from Best Buy before I even knew it was going to be offered at other places. But I'm also kind of holding off because it does cost $150, which isn't too bad, but I'm thinking, you know, we're probably going to see this vehicle released again under the Mandalorian or maybe even the newer Book of Boba Fett series banner with updated paint applications. And what I'm really hoping for is maybe an updated Boba Fett figure. I mean, you know they're going to do Boba Fett, an updated Boba Fett figure for both Black Series and Vintage Collection. I don't need insider information to know that figure is going to come sooner or later, probably sooner rather than later. But, you know, I'm thinking, would they do one that's made to, like, sit in the Slave 1 better and stuff? You know, would they do one with an updated Slave 1 based on the series, you know, maybe next year? So I'm wondering if I should hold off or not. That's something, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have this one, or do you plan on getting it, especially after watching The Mandalorian this season? Or are you going to hold off and see if Hasbro does another one? Let me know in the comment section below. But again, this is going to be available for pre-order at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time today at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. And then the final item, which really isn't Mando related, but Target also today is putting up for pre-order a roleplay Black Series helmet based on the Cardinal character with the red armor and everything. So that is going to be a Target exclusive. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about in the comment section below. Me and Salome hope you guys have a great holidays, a Merry Christmas. As always, stay safe out there. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and like the video if you're so inclined. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.